Cosmic Girl 101 signing on for the video for Scorpio rising in March 2024. The topics this month we're going to be talking about is the Sun, the Moon's personal planets being Venus, Mars and Mercury. Now let's discuss the Sun. So the Sun is and has been in your 5th house and continues to do so as we open up the month of March. The Sun in the 5th has a lot of energy and vitality regarding pleasure and joy. Also a lot to do with our creative pursuits, what we find pleasurable and how we really enjoy making something out of nothing and making it beautiful. It also has a lot to do with our pleasure, children, investments and gambling. So these are the things that are highlighted here as we open up the month of March, and something that you've been possibly indulging in, or things being illuminated, maybe too much indulgent, or just having a lot of fun. On the 19th of March, that Sun is going to be leaving your 5th house and ingressing into the sign of Aries for 4 weeks. So this is your 6th house now lit up. A lot of attention, vitality, a lot of energy going into the 6th house topics. On this day is also the beginning of the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere it's the beginning of the autumn season. It's also the start of the astrological year, and this is the Sun's place of its exaltation. Quite simply, the Sun feels really good in the sign of Aries, and for you being the 6th house, in ancient astrology, this is the joy, the house that's associated with the joy of Mars, which is the Aries ruler. So Mars really likes the work, likes the daily grind, likes to put a lot of energy into the physical body, just enjoys helping and assisting others and communicating in the workplace, just really likes to feel like it's being quite useful. So for you as a Scorpio rising, you really are enjoying the daily grind when it comes to this transit. So you might feel an uptick in energy. There might be more work coming across your table, things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Seems like you've got the energy to complete tasks or just complete things that you know you need to get done in regards to their 6th house topics. Now let's talk about the lunations. It's a big month for everyone because it's eclipse season. But on the 10th of March, we've got a new moon in Pisces. This is occurring in your 5th house. So beginning something new that's quite enjoyable. It could be enjoying sports activity, taking on a new athletic pursuit for yourself. Could also be beginning something that's quite pleasurable for you and a partner, or a romantic connection. Could be a new relationship. Also new beginnings with children or a creative project. So what begins or blooms now, what begins now blooms or busts come the full moon in Pisces on September 17, 2024. And the reason this is significant is because it's a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, your 5th house, which is to do with joy and pleasure. Now, so what you are beginning might fizzle out come the 17th, or something quite amazing is illuminated and coming into fruition on the 17th that you're beginning on this date. So this date is important because there's going to be a full moon lunar eclipse on the 17th this year of September. So think about what you want to initiate and start. It's going to come full circle by that date, or it could be taken away because eclipses are associated with invisibility and things not being seen. So something that you begin, it could be removed quite abruptly because eclipses can have acute changes in our lives, or there could be just be a change in general or an ending. So whatever you begin on the 10th, just be mindful, forewarned is more armed. Things could really turn out well, or could be abruptly ended. On the 25th of March, speaking of eclipses, there's a full moon lunar eclipse occurring on this date. And for you as a Scorpio rising, it is in the sign of Libra, which is your 12th house of things that are behind the scenes that aren't visual. So again, very fitting for an eclipse, that, things being eclipsed out regarding the moon. This could be an ending in regards to something going on with the physical body. Could also have to do with an important mother figure in your life, or just your home environment. Something is ending and completing here. So Libra is associated with contracts and agreements, partnerships, relationships, equality, balance, being cooperative. So something could be ending in regards to a serious negotiation or contract, or a relationship that really impacts you. So yeah, forewarned is forearmed. This could be a pretty important day on the 25th of March for all of us, but for you, because it does impact things that are behind the scenes, that are unseen, could be quite significant. Now, the South Node is also transiting in the sign of Libra, your 12th house. So the South Node has to do with things that are familiar, things that are quite obvious and normal, almost habitual to us. So this day could see you, really ending something quite significant. It's been going on for a long time behind the scenes, and it could be disruptive, to be fair. No, not everything's, roses and rainbows. We've got to deal with the reality. So something quite significant is ending that is behind the scenes for you, that could have to do with a contract, or, as forementioned, something to do with the body, or even a mother is highlighted here on this day. Now on to our personal planets. The reason I give our personal planets such attention in my astrological reports for the rising signs each month is because they're faster moving and they're closer to Earth, so we could feel and see internally and externally some real obvious changes that are occurring quite often. Now, Mars is the ruler of your 6th house and your 1st house. Now, Mars is transiting, opening up the month of March, your 4th house, and has been since the 13th of February. So think of Mars, things that affect day-to-day things regarding your work and your physicality, affecting your family. So this is going on and continues. So Mars in the 4th is all about just a lot of action, possible conflict, or feeling separate from the family. So you might have been away from the family, or work has taken you away. So this continues opening up the month of March. Now Mars is fairly quiet in the month of March, and on the 9th he's squaring Uranus and Taurus. So Mars in a square aspect on this day could have you feeling that you're torn between something to do with your home and family, or real estate and property matter, that's affecting your relationships, or a partnership, or an agreement. So that day could be difficult. So yeah, forewarned is forearmed. So we look at and listen to astrology because we like to know, what could possibly be going on. So for you, this could really have a lot to do with your own sense of purpose, and affecting your something going on in the workplace. Could be really affecting the relationship, or even an agreement or a contract that affects the home and family. On the 22nd, that Mars, goes into the sign of Pisces, which is your 5th house, until April 30. Now, Mars is in detriment in Pisces, so Mars doesn't operate so well here, because Pisces is about getting into the creative flow, music, art, getting into Devontree aspects of our lives, loving esotericism, and just doing things more behind the scenes. And Mars really wants to go and take action. So in Pisces, it's not firing on all cylinders here. So this could be a difficult time for you in regards to your personal sense of vitality, your health, what you do with your work. Could be affecting your sense of pleasure, or something to do with a partnership or investment going on here. Children as well is highlighted when you're having this transit until April 30, 2024. So then we're going to talk about Venus. Now, Venus, as we open up the month, is still and has been transiting in your 4th house. And on the 3rd of March, that Venus is going to square Uranus and Taurus. So we've got a square from your home and relationships and contracts. Something's going on here, or possibly some contention, or just a bit of trouble opening up the month of March regarding family life and a contract, or just a partnership in general, relationship could be having a difficult moment on this day. On the 11th, however, that Venus is leaving your 4th house and ingressing into your 5th house of pleasure. This is Venus's exaltation being in the sign of Pisces until the 5th of April 2024. So note, this is a great transit because Venus is exalted here and Venus likes being in Pisces. So things seem to be going a lot more smoothly when Venus is in this sign. And for you and your 5th house of pleasure, you could expect a lot of juicy, spicy times with a partner. Romantic connections could be highlighted for you in this transit. This is also a great time for taking a bit of a risk in regarding an investment. Also can see you having a lot of financial glow up, as we say, glow up quite simply. There's probably a little bit more money available when you're having this transit in your 5th house. Also expenses too regarding children or just investing in creative projects. So you could be doing some projects with children or your partner and you're having a really good time, or just looking at investments and do I have the finances? You should do, with Venus transiting here, to invest in something and creative for yourself. On the 21st, we see that Venus conjunct Saturn in Pisces in your 5th house. So this is a pretty sobering day as far as, do we need to invest so much time in pleasure? Or are we distracted and we need to be a bit more mature and have a bit more of a wise cap on when it comes to looking at things that could affect us long term regarding a relationship, investment, creative project, or something with a child could be quite significant on the 21st here. On the 24th, we see that Venus sextiling Jupiter in Taurus. This is lovely. The two benefics in a sextile aspect, which is quite Venusian as well. So Venus sextiling Jupiter, which brings in your 5th house of pleasure with your 7th house of partnerships and relationships and contracts and agreements. As you know, there was a square at the beginning of the month, but at the end of the month here we see things, something quite nice is happening now, because that 5th house of pleasure with the relationship and contracts and agreements house could see that you might just know that your partner's having a great time, or your partner's really having something quite beneficial occurring that really increases a sense of happiness and connection between the two of you. But this looks like a really fantastic day on the 24th, Scorpio rising. Venus rules your 7th house and 12th house. So it rules these two houses. So when we're talking about, favorable aspects, we're looking at also what is going on when it regards to Venus ruling that 7th and 12th house. Because she does rule your relationship house, this could be something that's going on behind the scenes with you and a partner that's quite great, or something that's been going on for a long time behind the scenes can now see some sort of recognition or fruition that really is a positive effect for you. On the 28th, we see Venus sextiling Uranus in Taurus, so your 5th and 7th house. This looks great for just, thinking outside the box, or something being unusual that's quite beneficial regarding a relationship, or just a contract or agreement that's quite lucrative for you, or seems like it's a great time to sign the dotted line regarding an investment between you and a partner, or just agreements and contracts in general. Looks quite nice here. So now on to the personal planet Mercury. Now Mercury rules your 8th house and your 11th house as a Scorpio rising. Mercury's been transiting, opening up the month of March of Pisces in the 5th house, and has been and continues to do so. So Mercury's in detriment in Pisces, so contracts, agreements, verbal or written, could be illusionary, not getting what you need as far as information, being clear, or feeling like finances are slipping through your hands when you're having this transit. Mercury on the 4th is sextiling Uranus and Taurus, so this is your 5th house and your 7th house connection here. So it could be an unusual request from a partner, or an unusual contract or agreement comes across your path here that affects possibly a child or an investment, or something to do again with a partner. So this is an interesting day for everyone, but for you, yeah, just mark this date. I think it's going to be a curious day, and would love some feedback in the comment section. See how this goes down for you, Scorpio rising. I would say that there's going to be something unusually coming across your table regarding an agreement or a contract that does affect your investments or your sense of joy, and again, children. On the 8th, we see Mercury conjuncting Neptune in your 5th house. So this looks interesting for something creative that is almost a genius, but does it have the legs to be solid in the future? So regarding an investment or a contract, be wary that all that glitters isn't gold. On the 9th, we see that Mercury leaving your 5th house and ingressing into the sign of Aries, which is your 6th house until the 15th of May. It's a longer transit this time for Mercury in a sign, quite simply because Mercury does go through a retrograde. So Mercury in the 6th, this looks really good for just being sharp when it comes to your work, day-to-day routine. So things might be coming together now. So if you've been working on something at work and it feels like you've been wading through water, nothing seems to be coming together in regards to communication or just you understanding a technology or something in the workplace, this is where you can see things revealed now. So it might be a turnaround in progress regarding this transit. These things look great in regards to work, technology, things that you do as service, a lot of communications, a lot of busy time when Mercury's in your 6th house. But like I said, you could get light bulb moments. Things are really becoming clearer, or communication increases or becomes a lot easier or more organic in the workplace than it has been for a little while. On the 10th, we see Mercury sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. So this is your 4th house of home, family, real estate, property, your solid foundations, in a sextile aspect regarding the 6th house. So something in the home is changing here on a day-to-day basis, or something could be revealed in a family dynamic that affects your work, or something that you do that assists other people, something that you help other people with. People could be revealing some quite, unbelievable information on this day, or there could be literally some communication or red tape or documents that are brought up for you to now look at that have been illusory or hidden for some time. Cosmica 101 signing off now for the Scorpio rising. I hope you enjoyed your report. I do wish you a blessed March, and I'll catch you next video.